think you have some too. If you've been a regular follower of 3 at 3, you know what I'm about to give you and what we've given you this week. Bang! All right, let's get to it, shall we? Presentation goes something like this. It is the 4th of December, 2020. I am Jon Najarian. If you would like to follow any of our trades, please realize that this is presented for informational and educational purposes only, that all investments involve risk, and you need to decide if this is an appropriate investment for you. Thank you. As far as intellectual property rights, we have copyrights, trademarks, registered marks, and patents. In other words, we have a lot of intellectual property tied up in this. So, before you just grab it and use it somewhere, please ask us first. We will grant you that permission 99 times out of 100. And we would ask, of course, that you cite Market Rebellion as the producer of this intellectual property. Thank you. How about this one, folks? WDC, this is from yesterday. Just about 45 minutes before I went live yesterday, I found this one and we blogged about it. It was the Western Digital WDC January 60 calls. The stock was 48.71 at the time. How do you think this one's worked out? Well, stock is nearly $3 higher. So if you bought 1,000 shares, you committed, in rough terms, $48,700 to that trade. And you've made approximately $3,000 on that. Now, that's a respectable return. For many people, that's a respectable annual return. But we're not just anybody here, folks. We're looking for those outperformers, the ones that have unusual option activity. And this one sort of brought it to us in spades. So as you might recall, did Micron. But in this case, we bought calls in Western Dig and sold upside calls against it. And that has already made us 100% on our money. Bang! Next one, Micron. Yeah, that was Micron from what? 3 whole days ago. It was 67.88 3 days ago. And Micron, of course, that was a 6% rally. Many people thought, oh, come on, Doc, that's probably as good as it gets, right? No, it does much better than that, in fact. Micron trades up to 74 today, up another 6%. And our calls, which were, I believe, these 70 calls, exploded to the upside. And we've rung the register and rung it hard in this one. Bang, bang. Love that. I mean, is there anything really better than seeing some unusual activity, having the guts to act on it, and then seeing it explode to the upside? No, not a lot better than that, folks. If you'd like, I'm just highlighting for you because thousands of you have now come on board and downloaded our Market Rebellion crypto app. So this is for all of you who would like to follow crypto. It is completely free. There is no need to register a credit card or anything else. This is a free app being called by many the best app for crypto. And it is completely free on the Apple App Store. There you see it, Market Rebellion. You've got crypto charting, insights, a whole bunch of other stuff. You just go to the App Store and type in Market Rebellion and you'll see it there. You can download it soon. Many of our other offerings will also be available on similar platform at the Apple iTunes Store. So, thank you for joining us, the App Store. Thank you for joining us. Let's get deeper into it with, all right, how about this one? The 20-year Treasury ETF yesterday, TLT, we talked about it, said, hey, look at this bearish activity. They were buying the next week 52.50 puts, and they paid just like 25 cents for them. Well, stock dropped by about 1.5%, as you can see from this example, and we have already rung the register. Now, that doesn't mean I'm out. Still in to next week, but I just wanted to give you a little update. If you'd like to learn more about trading stock, options, futures, cryptocurrencies, go to marketrebellion.com/ get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. We can get you started in the best way possible. Education, not spending money, losing money in the market, but education so that once you do start committing capital to the markets, you can make money in the markets. That's what we're all about, folks. All right, kicking off today's 3 at 3. How about this one? 11,000 options trade in the next week, December 1150 calls for PBR. So Petrobras, Brazilian energy play, 11,000 options is 1.1 million share equivalent, because you just take that and move 2 decimals over to the right. 11,000 is actually 1.1 million share equivalent that you control at that 1150 strike. So look what they paid for it. These are options that expire next Friday. They bought them for 14 cents. That's $14 a piece. That's a cheap shot, folks. So you could buy the 1150s, or you could be like me and buy the 11s and sell the 1150s. You got to decide how to play it, folks. It's your money. But I love the trade. Followed them into this one. And there is a little representation graphically from our friends at Yahoo that shows you where the stock has moved up over the past 5 days, from Monday, when it was right around $9 and let's call it 50 cents, to today, $10.98, right up against that $11 handle. Bang! Let's get to the second of our 3 at 3 right now. Wells Fargo, WFC, they buy the February 3250 calls. So, if you're a regular viewer, you know that an out-of-the-money call like this is unlikely to be the one that John buys. Why? Because John likes moving the odds into his favor. Love talking about myself in the third person, don't you? Maybe I'll have to start doing that. Anyway, I guess I just did. So, February 3250 calls. Stocks 2950. So, as you might imagine, that would be a strike a lot closer to where I would like to be when I'm moving them into my favor. Look at what they paid. They paid $1.13, which means $113 times 35,000. So when you're looking at a big investment like this, multi-millions of dollars put on the table pretty quickly, I want to follow a trade like that. 35,000 is 3.5 million share equivalent. So I like following that paper, which is what I did. But let me show you how I did it. We could teach you this at marketrebellion.com/get started. So I bought the 30 calls, which were just out of the money in February. And I paid $1.98 for them. You see it right there. These are the actual trading prices as of 2:13 Eastern Time. So about 45 minutes to an hour ago, these WFC 30 calls were trading for $1.98. Then you take out $1.12 that you collect for the 3250 calls, and you get the idea. We paid 86 cents for this, okay? 86 cents for something that can go to $2.50. So $86, something that can go to $250. That sounds like that dog will hunt, does it not? So when you look at that versus paying $1.13 for this call, you could buy an out-of-the-money call for $1.13. Fine with that. But you've got time decay, not extreme, but time decay and volatility that can both work against you, as well as market direction, of course. Or you can address all three to some degree by doing a call spread, a one-to-one bull call spread or call vertical spread. So we spent 86 cents, not $1.13 for each and every one of these. And since every option's for 100 shares of stock, I spent $86. So 100 lot of these means I paid $8,600. I control 10,000 shares of Wells Fargo by doing this. So what do you think? Whichever way you want to trade it, that's what's appropriate for you. I decided what was appropriate for me. Bang. And there is a little graph. Whoops, sorry, flipped all the way past it. That was Wells Fargo. This one is Nielsen. So this is a ratings agency, as you know, Nielsen ratings and so forth. today we see somebody buy the regular December 18 calls, and they paid, let's say, 75 cents. Do you want to say pick a number on the high end, 75 cents for 5,000 of these? So that's approximately $600,000. Bang, put on the table, saying, new shooter coming in, bang, 18 calls. Now, that is an at the money, so I don't mind buying those calls for 75 cents. I might, as the stock rallies, sell a call above it. Again, putting myself into that one-to-one bull call spread, moving the odds into my favor. That's what I like to do. So Nielsen stock 1766. There it is. It's already moved up by 30 cents. Bang. We love it when that happens. And there's the graph, the 5-day graph again from our friends at Yahoo. And as you see, stock was, let's say, 1620. Now it's 1790. So I like the move out of the stock over these 5 days. I am in this one. And these are regular December, not December 4th today, not December 11th next week, but regular December options. All right. Now, I just want to remind some of you that we have a channel on YouTube. There's my brother Pete, his more handsome counterpart, me, and there we are, Market Rebellion on YouTube. We've got over 6,500 subscribers to the channel now. It is free. And as you see, Pete's got 231 episodes of The Take. You can see each and every one of them on there for free. You've got my 60-second videos that go up there. Again, those are for free. So these go out on Twitter. They go out on Instagram. They go out on iTunes. They go out on Google. They go out on Spotify. And if you'd like to register on YouTube, well, you can, and you can even click that little bell and get a notification every single time there's an update to one of these videos. So, in other words, to stay in touch, to keep watching and making sure you're getting the best content in financial media, go to YouTube and subscribe. It's free. Thank you. Question time. All right. Let's answer those questions right about now. Yogi, which is Yogi Bear 413, asks, hey, if you have a bullish vertical call spread and the stock dips to the downside, out the money, and you want to exit, do you sell the bullish call you bought and keep the higher call you sold open, or should you close both? Thank you for your advice. Well, Yogi, if you only close your long side and leave the other side out there, your broker's going to make you put up more money. Why? Because now you're exposed to the upside. So if the very first thing that brought us into that spread actually plays out, you could be a big loser by closing your long and only having your shorts out there that could bite you in the butt. So what I do, Yogi, is if that spread has lost half of its value, if I paid $1 and it's fallen to 50 cents, I'm going to cut it, move on to the next trade. That's what I do. As far as for you, I just counsel you, I can't tell you how to trade, but I would counsel you that leaving that call open on the short side leaves you open to some nasty things if indeed the stock runs to the upside. If these were puts and you did the same strategy, left that put that you were short open to the downside, it would leave you exposed to the downside. So I don't like leaving myself or you guys exposed, and that's why I don't sell options naked, which you would be doing if you moved into that strategy that you described, Yogis. Just be aware. Marvell. All right. So Marvell, they had, let's see, any words of wisdom? Well, let's see. They hinted at some supply challenges, and for that reason, Marvell traded to the downside pretty good today. Not pretty good if you're in it and watching it move to the downside. So they did earn revenue of $750 million, up from $664 million a year ago. So the words of wisdom would mean that there would be from me that they are growing, but 5G hasn't exactly been the significant driver yet that it will be going forward. Marvell will benefit from that. Qualcomm will benefit from that. Verizon and AT&T will benefit from that. I would just say be careful because this is a longer term play and I'm not terribly bullish in the short term. But stock's a lot cheaper today, so I offer that. Thank you for asking, Sid. That's Sid 145-34484. Thank you, Sid. Time? All right. Wheels 741 asks, so often I hear you say when you buy an option that you're going to be in it for a specific period of time. How do you know this when you buy, especially when it's in advance of the expiration date? Well, Wheels, here's my thinking, and I'm going to roll us back to, there we go, Nielsen. The reason when I look at this that I might say, I'll probably be in these a week to 2 weeks. We know in 2 weeks these expire because this is the 4th of December. We know the regular December options expire on the 18th of December. So I know I'll be out of it then because they expire. At what point, Wheels, do I decide that, you know what, I'd like to be in this a week to 10 days? I don't usually like riding these right into expiration. So what I'm using for my time frame for any of these Wheels is I'm using the idea that if the option has an expiration that is, say, 2 months out, I might say I'll probably be in these 30 to 60 days. So all I'm doing is identifying the time frame that they chose when that is the catalyst that brought me into the option in the first place, when they tell me by virtue of what they have purchased. So if they're buying December's, I'll probably be in it 2 weeks. If they're buying April's, I'll probably be in it about 3 months, and I might cut it before that if the option moves, or if it's a loser and I need to cut my losses, I'll do that as well. I hope that helps, Wheels. Micron, MUUOA, got out too early this morning. But you still made money, right? Only made 150%. That's a shame. Thanks, guys. I did a one-day double on Vale strike prices too. Bam! Hey, NV Broker 1. That is ENVBROKER, the number 1. Thank you for giving us that love, for showing us that you made money. I appreciate it. I'd say you could make even more envy if you became a subscriber, but I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in and watching Pete's The Take, my 60 seconds, my 3 at 3. I think you can always pick up a tip here and there, and hopefully here and there you make some really nice coin like NV Broker 1 has just made. So thank you, NV Broker 1. Very much appreciated. I hope you have a great weekend. Twin Peaks also says, this is why we watch Doc and Pete Najarian. Micron calls, baby. That's right, baby. Micron. This was sent by Twin Peaks Coffee. That's TWINPEAKS, Coffee, COFFEE. I believe she runs coffee shop in Seattle based on the fact that she has followed me for a while and every once in a while, at least once or twice a week, tweets at me. So I appreciate it, Twin Peaks. I hope your coffee shop is as successful as you're picking on these calls. They said no unusual activity on the show today. I guess she was replying to Woody 6178353. Our trading group was waiting for it. No fun to watch the show without UA. I tend to agree that the shows are much more fun when Pete or John are on the shows. And luckily, Pete was on the show at noon today. So thank you. It was a great ride in Micron. We enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Twin Peaks. And Woody 6171833. I hope you had a good one too. Thank you. If you'd like to learn more about unusual option activity, just go to marketrebellion.com/UOA. That is marketrebellion.com/UOA. You'll see exactly the sort of information that we provide every single trading day, 25 to 35 trades a day. And if that's too many, we have services that offer less as well. But if you want the elite, and if you want every single thing that we're trading, then you can go there and get that. Thank you for joining me, folks. I hope you have a great weekend. We're about to have our cocktail party for all of our subscribers, and that happens in about, I guess that happens in about an hour and a half. So thank you. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope I see you soon back here on Market Rebellion Television. Bang!